Hi guys, welcome to episode 17 of the PGN Piano Theory course. In this episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the circle of fifths in order to figure out how many flats and sharps there are in a certain key signature, and also which sharps or which flats that are specifically. So what I want you to do is I want you to have a look at the circle and figure out the junction between the flats and the regular notes. Okay? So if you have a look at the circle, you will see that it's not at the top. You'll have to go a little bit to the left. And between B flat and F, that's actually when we go from G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, which are all flats, to F, C, G, D, A. So that's regular notes. So I want you to put a little line in between right there because we're going to use that later. And now I want to show you how you can use that line in order to figure out how many sharps we have in the major scales. So I want to start with C. And as you can see, it has a 0, so there should be 0 sharps and 0 flats. Okay, let's check that. Yes, that's correct. 0 sharps or flats in the C major scale. If we have a look at the G, according to the circle, there should be 1. So let's have a go. Yes, there is one indeed. 1 sharp. Okay, the F sharp. Now, if you have a look at that little line we just put up there, the first note on the right is an F. And that's no coincidence. It's the F sharp right here. Okay, let's see if we can figure out for D which sharps are in there. So there should be 2 according to the circle, and there are F sharp and C sharp. Now if you have a look at the right to that line, you can see F sharp, C sharp. Okay, so a pattern is starting to emerge right here. For G we needed 1 sharp, and it was the first one on the right, which is F. For D we needed 2, and it was F and C. Okay, so probably if we're going to try A, it should be F, C, and G. Let's see if that actually works out. And it does. Look, C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. You can find these 3 in the A major scale. So how did I figure that out? If I look at the circle, I go to the A, I see there should be 3 sharps in there. And then I simply go to that line and count 3 notes, F, C, and G. So now there should be F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. Like that. Right there. Okay? Then if I want to figure out E, I have to start on E. And according to the circle, there's 4 sharps in there. So I'm simply going to go to that line and count 4 notes, F, C, G, and D. Those are the 4 notes that should be sharped when I do the E major scale. So, start here. And that's correct. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp can all be found in the E major scale. What about B? According to the circle, it should be 5. And according to my theory on the circle, it should be F, C, G, D, and A. So if we start here, that's correct. Okay, we have C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. All the sharps we can have are already in there. Okay, so that's really cool. Oh, wait a minute. How can these be all of the sharps if for F sharp there should be 6? Let's use the circle. So I have to start on F sharp. And there's going to be 6 sharps. F, C, G, D, A, E. E sharp. Remember when we have an E right here? If you sharp it, we're going to be right here, E sharp. So in F sharp, that's going to be an E sharp. So let's figure that out. Okay. So we have F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and then the B is a regular note, and then C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, and F sharp. Okay, so the only note that's not sharped is the B. Let's go back to the circle and count down 6 notes. F, C, G, D, A, E. Yeah, that's correct. The B is not mentioned, and that's the only one that doesn't carry a sharp. So that's really cool. This way you can figure out how many sharps there are in any of these C major scales on the right side of the circle. But I also want to figure out how many flats there are in the ones on the left side of the circle. Remember that inner circle indicates that F should have 1 flat, B flat should have 2, E flat should have 3, etc., etc. So what I want you to do is, you have that little section, that little junction right here at the top between B flat and F. I want you to make another one between F sharp and B. And we're going to use that for the flats and actually go counterclockwise. Okay, so we're going to start on F, and there should be one flat, as you can clearly see in the circle. Okay, and the flat is B flat. Now if we have a look to the right, basically counterclockwise of the junction right there, you can see that the first note is a B, and again that's not a coincidence because it's the B flat. Okay, B flat is the only note that should be a flat in the F major scale. So if we have a look at B flat on the top of the circle, you can see there should be two flats in there, and I want to use a circle to predict the flats. So again, I'm going to go counterclockwise, and we have B and E. So B and E should be a flat according to the circle of fifths. Let's see if that actually is correct. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. Sounds pretty good to me. E flat and B flat. And yes, that is of course correct. So now let's have a look at E flat. There should be three flats. B, E, and A. Okay? And indeed, we have E flat, A flat, and B flat. B, E, A. Now if we have a look at A flat major, there should be four flats in there, so count them up. B, E, A, D. So start right here. Like that. Okay? Four flats. B, E, A, and D. Then if we have a look at D flat, there should be five flats in there. B, E, A, D, and G. So basically all of the black notes should be played. All of these are in there. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. Okay? And then for G flat, of course, there should be six, as you can see, according to the circle. So count your way up. B, E, A, D, G, C. So C is going to be a C flat when we're in the G flat major scale. Okay? Like that. And that is how you can use the circle of fifths to find the amount of sharps or the amount of flats in a certain scale, and also to identify exactly, to basically be able to predict which ones they're going to be. So keep in mind, you draw a circle, you put in your numbers, and then you put in the dividing lines, and then you use your numbers to figure out how many flats or sharps there are in there, and then you can simply count clockwise for the sharps or counterclockwise for the flats. So in the next lesson, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the circle of fifths to find major chords. So I want to invite you to watch that as well. And for now, I just want to ask you to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to have a look at pgnpiano.com for over 350 lessons right there. I'll see you in the next lesson.